All right, gentlemen, I gave you instruction in the dressing room. Obey my commands, fix up at all times. Good luck. Buena suerte. Can I lay back?
Well, even though he's maybe older than Barrera and those guys, he has not been in any war fight that I can remember. The only one was Pacquiao, but other than that, he's been able to get through his fights just using his skills, so therefore he isn't as much worn and torn as the other fighters are.
He's younger in boxing years. I'll tell you what, so far Jaca is making the fight a little more than anticipated.
Marquez in the traditional Mexican colors. And southpaws. You know, now he gets a little nervous. He's got to go up against a conventional fighter, and there you see Marquez.
More so than technical.
Marquez got burned 2 fights ago. He lost a decision that was undefeated.
Manny mentioned it. I never heard him say something like that.
Yeah, and he's got caught with a beautiful straight left right there by Jaca.
Jaca doing work to the body, but Marquez spins him around and now goes to town in the corner.
This could turn out to be a much more exciting fight than we all expected.
It was a left hook from Marquez.
Marquez and Jaca trading blows, and we're just 2 minutes into the first round.
Same as Marquez. It means we have a good, exciting fight on our hands.
Marquez doubles up with the left hand and unloads a right in a nice combination.
As Pacquiao does.
Scheduled 12-rounder between Juan Manuel Marquez and Jimrex Jaca. When we go to the corner of Jaca, and they speak Tagalog, Ernie Kalug will translate. Box numbers in round 1, Marquez 18, landing 18 out of 54. Jaca 18 out of...
Excellent uppercut, left hook.
And there you see how Harold Letterman scored the first round, and he gave it to...
But I think that it was Marquez who did some of the hurting in that round, although...
Couldn't tell if Marquez just was off balance or if he got rocked. Seems to be steady on his feet now.
Marquez is a wee tad slower than he normally is, I think, because he himself got caught with a right hook. Even though he might have been off balance, it could have been a facial knockdown still.
He just landed
an uppercut. You know, going into this fight, it doesn't seem like this is the kind of fighter that would prepare you for Manny Pacquiao.
Marquez unloads. There you see what Marquez does so well. He leaned back and he counterpunched with his left.
Over time, class tells. Let's see if it tells in this fight. If Marquez can make adjustments and start to pull away.
Marquez get out of position himself. Instead of throwing punches and just staying there.
What he needed to do in the first few rounds, and then he executed. And Marquez throughout his career has reminded me of that. The rounds go on.
I don't know if he's going to be that effective. This guy seems to have his number here with any combinations.
From Marquez.
And I've seen Jaca miss a little bit more in this round than he was earlier.
Yeah, but what?
I see Marquez applying a little more pressure.
He was always pulling back. Now Marquez is beginning to get his range now.
Marquez showed you a little bit of the speed that he says he has.
He looks seasoned, very professional, but still slow.
Marquez starting to settle into the fight now. Jaca unloads an uppercut. Jaca's punch output slows down just a... Marquez trying to steal another round, as is Jimrex Jaca.
Could have gone either way. I was really surprised at the style of Jimrex Jaca. I mean, this is 2 guys standing there. One man, Marquez had his best round of the fight. 2-1, Jaca.
It's not uncommon for Marquez to start slowly. It is uncommon, but like he really's trying to take this guy's head off.
Both fighters now match this kind of passion in previous fights. Was explosive.
Yes.
Nice overhand right from Juan Manuel Marquez.
Jaca doesn't have the punching power, Marquez, but he's fighting a very good fight, and thus far, this round seemingly is winning the round.
Normally against southpaws, Manny, guys are on guard for that straight left hand. Marquez seems to be caught with that straight left hand a little.
Pacquiao, because Pacquiao punches with a lot more speed and power than Jaca.
He looks vulnerable still. He is fighting a southpaw with a good straight left hand,
and you can't do that with a guy like Pacquiao.
Jaca's a corner. Jose Reyes there, the cut man, with that cut under control over Jaca's left eye. Here at Dodge Arena in Hidalgo, Texas, Fran Charles alongside. And this was supposed to be a rebirth here for Juan Manuel Marquez.
Well, the opponent is fighting him perfectly, and especially if he's looking forward to fighting Pacquiao. He's got a watered-down version of Pacquiao right here in front of him.
Here by Marquez. Jaca, he wanted to make sure everything was all good. Marquez wouldn't touch gloves.
Could have, because it's a very hard, bad cut. When you see two heads bump together, that's what happens when two skulls crash.
right. That puts Marquez in some trouble.
And Marquez, you can tell, sensing he doesn't want the fight to be in danger because of the cut. Going to work here in the 5th round. Headbutts have been an issue.
We have not seen Marquez in his career, except for the Pacquiao fight, vulnerable. Down perhaps on points.
Yeah, see what happens.
To beat a guy, that will go a long way towards making him a more popular fighter.
Marquez shot a big volley trying to, get even after getting cut. And now that he's trying to take a little break, Jaca's trying to take control again.
He's landing 14 of 43, Jaca 12 of 40. Nice right hand, Manuel Marquez.
Sometimes when fighters aren't, he lost to Freddie Norwood, controversially.
Rocks Jaca there with
Is his profile among the top fighters in this weight class since the cut.
And he's, to me, landed more punches in the fight. Clean impressed with that. But I'm also equally impressed with this young guy who seems to be unawed about this pro-Mexican crowd, when particularly they're excited about maturity.
Really is. He's getting hit, and it doesn't seem to be taking the fight out of him. Hawkins.
Good right hand. Good right hand.
Marquez landing flush upstairs on Jimrex Jaca.
Very determined fighter. Long 1-2, and Jaca was getting out of the way of it, but now he's just getting closer, shooting a right hand lead off the back now. Instead of shooting the left, he's been more effective, and Jaca can't time it.
The blood streaming down on the right side of Marquez's face. You see him wiping it off. In between, firing big shots. Fellas, safe to say, not what we expect.
He's landed a great right hand, and he's winning these rounds. But I want to say something. The fight is stopped by that cut. But I gotta say this, if the fight is stopped around, make sure you don't lose the first half, because you gotta score that partial round. 4-2, Marquez.
Because Marquez has caught him with good punches, and Marquez punches good with both hands. Even though he punches
more vulnerable than he used to be, and therefore make it easier to make some of those top fights.
Well, that is truly the case, I believe. I think he gets hit a little bit more than he used to, but he's fighting.
Nice uppercut by Marquez, and then he does a nice
in trouble.
And Juan, Philippines, he wants to build a house. He has a wife.
You can build a couple in the Philippines with 50 grand. Really fighting a spirited, inspired kind of fight.
He says he has no other hobbies. All right, Lawrence Cole letting us know it's a second accidental headbutt. And you can see once again, Marquez wants to take matters into his own hands. Jaca standing right there with him, going toe-to-toe.
But Jaca came right to him and
He sure did.
met him punch for punch.
What an exchange. What a great exchange.
You know, Jaca's going right to him. He's not taking it easy. Both guys are meeting each other head on.
Blood streaming down his face, Fran, down Marquez's face in a furious exchange with a determined.
And it's on what I'm saying. Marquez still could win the fight, possibly.
He's not trying to win.
There, Lawrence Cole telling Marquez he was ahead on the scorecard.
Definitely on it. I very seldom, I don't recall ever hearing that.
That fighters with less heart than Marquez would quit knowing they were ahead in the fight.
And on the rest of the fight, even if there's no cut involved, just on points, which is what you see. Is still left to go. That's a long time when you're bleeding like that.
And the guys, a point that was just brought to my attention.
Manager since he was a kid, I guess when he was about 8 or 9 years old. He's been always the boxing guy in his life, for he and his brother Raw.
Jaca now trying to do some work against the ropes, and he comes back with a strong left hook to the body. Oh, big left hook by Marquez. He doubled up, and it floors Jaca. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm surprised.
I don't think Jaca knows where he is quite.
No, he probably didn't see the punch. But it seemed like he was aware, but totally confused.
That's his Sunday punch, Manny, the left hook. When he catches you with a hook clean, you gotta go.
Great, great victory for Marquez.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout comes to an end with an official time of 2 minutes, 48 seconds of the 9th round. Your winner, by way of knockout and still WBO interim featherweight